Tutorials with Hunter Knight!
Perhaps the number one question I get asked is, how do you get your paint to flow so smoothly on your figures? The answer is actually one of the simplest, yet most crucial techniques you will ever need to learn to start customizing action figures. Mastering this one skill will allow you to paint almost any figure you want because it applies to a wide array of different plastics. Hey everyone, I'm Hunter Knight, and today I'm going to teach you the absolute basics of how to paint your custom action figures. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, and according to my analytics, that's about 90% of you, like where did everybody go? I've actually been professionally customizing action figures since 2008. From private collectors to companies and comic shops, I have customized literally hundreds of figures for clients all over the world. So grab your brushes and let's get started. This is a brand new bottle of Rhinox hide from Warhammer. Now it's called Warhammer. No, this is from my old batch. I have tons of this old paint. As you can see, it's brand new because my old paints are already thin. I already thinned them down, so we cannot use that. This is a brand new one. So, and this is a base. Wow, these bases are super thick. Look at this. Wow. Yeah, super thick paint. Super thick paint. Our test subject is going to be this Funko Pop. You see these large swaths of plastic, and to prove my point, we're gonna do something you should never do. We're gonna use the paint straight from the bottle so you can see my point. Oh god, I can't even apply this thing. We're gonna use it like that, without dilution, without thinning. Okay, wow. Yeah, we're gonna let it sit down there. For thinning paints, some people say water. Yeah, you can use water, but water has contaminants and the finish on your paint is gonna look swirly, patchy, and weird. So no, don't do that. Use distilled water. You know, distilled water is cheap. Buy a gallon, half a gallon. I don't care. It doesn't go bad. So you can use. I put it on these little things. For 1 dab of paint, 2 drops of distilled water. That's basically how it goes. If you're using Vallejos, oh, these are a godsend because this is just a dropper. And you put 1 drop of paint and 2 drops of distilled water, and boom, that's basically it. You already have your paints thinned down. That will be it, and then we're gonna do 2 drops. 1 and 2. That's the basic ratio. You don't need anything else. Move it. See, thin. You see how the paint just goes like that smoothly. Now, if you want to do the best way of doing smooth paint is using an airbrush. There is no way the superiority of an airbrush is unmatched. There's no way around it. That's the best way to apply thin, even paint. So what you do is, now your paint is thin, you're gonna have to build the color. You see how it is? You're gonna build the color now. Look at this. This is drying. There you see the streaks, the patches. This is paint straight from the bottle. You already have the color, but look, it looks patchy as hell. With this, you build color, layer by layer. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. Make sure it doesn't pull down. Do not saturate the brush too much, otherwise it's gonna start pulling down on certain areas. You're gonna have drops. Those drops are annoying as hell. But when you do this, you need to apply 3 coats of the paint. All right, and this is how you get them smooth with the brush. We're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna apply the second coat. When thinning paint, going with distilled water is the easiest, cheapest thing to do. However, if you want to go more technical, I use acrylic thinner. This was from Model Masters. This company is no longer in business. Okay, but 8K comes to the rescue, and we have 3rd gen acrylic thinner. Same thing. 2 drops of acrylic thinner for 1 of paint. That gives it such a smoothness, much better than water. I'm doing it here for you guys so you can just try with water, but I don't really use water for my thinning. I always use acrylic thinner. I have tons of bottles from Aztec because I used to buy them by the case, so I still have a bunch of them. But I'm gonna start replacing them with acrylic thinner from AK 3rd gen acrylics. This line, pay attention to this line, it's beautiful, very good. The paints are excellent. Dropper bottles, not like this Citadel crap. The problem with this paint is that, look, it's already starting to pull in the cap. This paint then dries, and when you cap it, it goes inside and it leaves particles on the paint, and when you're applying like that, you're gonna have little particles of paint floating around. It's the worst design, and they do it up on purpose so you lose, because you're losing paint here, you're losing a lot of material here, you're losing paint, and you keep buying their little. That's why I'm replacing all my Warhammer paints. And this is it. This is the second coat. Now you're starting to see we're building color here. And there you go, my friends. This is how it looks like with 3 coats applied. Very smooth, you see. And this is the one that I did with acrylic thinner. Yeah, I did another pass. Yeah, look at that. And this is the one straight from the bottle. You can see the paint streaks. Yeah, this is why you don't do this. If you do this, your paint applications are gonna look super smooth. So that's all you need to know on how to apply your paints in a very, very smooth way. Then after this step, you can seal them. You can, put a gloss varnish in it, whatever. But yeah. And last tip: if you're painting such a big, there's a lot of real estate here for paint. Do not use, don't use a small brush. Use a big brush, the biggest one you can. Same procedure. You thin the paint and everything. Use a big brush. This will allow you to cover the thing in very less steps, less paint streaks and everything. Of course, you need to put this on a base. You can't be holding it with your hands. You just put it on a stick and you start painting the thing. This parts, I like anything that's close to the face, you just need to paint it like that, very smoothly. You do all the edges with a fine brush, and then the main parts, because you're not gonna do fine detailing with it, so you paint everything with a big brush. This will give you a finer, much more smooth finish on the entire piece. And that's it. Nothing to it. Just these simple extra steps will help you achieve a flawless, smooth finish without ever needing to touch an airbrush. Now, don't get me wrong, you can never underestimate the sheer superiority of a high-end airbrush setup. But if you're casually customizing your figures and you just want to take your work to the next level, this technique is honestly all you will ever need. Join me on the next video where I will show you an advanced technique that will take your figures to the next level. But don't click on it just yet. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you over there. For Hunter Knight Customs, this is Hunter Knight, signing out.
Impressive.